Have you ever met someone who seems like they have a heart of ice? Someone who's steady, reliable, but distant? Well, chances are you've just encountered an ISTJ, known as the logisticians of the MBTI world. ISTJs have a reputation for being grounded in logic and routine, but emotionally, that's a whole other story. Today, we're diving deep into the ISTJ's personality and exploring why they struggle with emotional connection. But wait, before you jump to conclusions, there's more to the ISTJ than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you might even feel a new sense of admiration for them, or at least a little more understanding. So stick around, because we're not just going to dissect their emotional walls. We're going to find out what's hidden behind them. Let's get started. Picture this. You're at work, dealing with a last-minute crisis. Deadlines are looming. Everyone is panicking. But then, there's that one colleague who calmly takes control. They've got a spreadsheet ready, a to-do list prioritized, and they're telling you exactly what needs to be done. That's an ISTJ in their element. They thrive in structure, excel at responsibility, and avoid emotional drama like it's the plague. But why? Why do ISTJs seem so emotionally detached? Let's start with the basics. ISTJs operate with introverted sensing and extroverted thinking. These cognitive functions make them meticulous planners and logical decision makers. They're not the type to be swept away by feelings or impulsive whims. In fact, emotions often make them uncomfortable. It's not that they don't feel. They do. But processing those feelings? That's a different story. Imagine a fortress. Thick walls, guarded gates, and no windows. That's how ISTJs protect their inner world. They build these walls not out of malice, but out of necessity. To them, emotions are messy, unpredictable, and frankly, inefficient. And efficiency is their love language. But here's the thing. Those walls, they're not impenetrable. It just takes the right person and a lot of patience to find the hidden door. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Do ISTJs care? The short answer is absolutely. But they show it in practical ways, not through grand emotional gestures. If an ISTJ loves you, they'll fill your gas tank, organize your chaotic pantry, or quietly support you in the background. Actions speak louder than words for them. If you're waiting for heartfelt declarations or teary-eyed confessions, you might be waiting forever. But here's where it gets interesting. When an ISTJ truly connects emotionally, it's rare, but incredibly profound. They don't share their feelings with just anyone. So, if an ISTJ opens up to you, consider it a privilege. It means they trust you deeply. So what's the downside? Well, ISTJs can come across as rigid or cold. They're not big fans of spontaneous heart-to-heart talks or emotional outbursts. And for more emotionally expressive types, this can feel frustrating. You might think, do they even care? The answer is yes. But their way of showing it is rooted in action, not emotion. Let me tell you a story. A friend of mine, classic ISTJ, never said, "I'm here for you," during a tough time in my life. But one day I found a care package on my doorstep. It had everything I needed, from snacks to self-care items. No note, no explanation. That's how ISTJs love, quietly but powerfully. But can ISTJs change? Can they become more emotionally connected? Here's the truth. ISTJs aren't wired to be touchy-feely, but they can grow. With the right support, they can learn to express themselves better and connect on a deeper level. It takes effort on both sides. But when they do, their relationships can become incredibly strong and meaningful. So how do you connect with an ISTJ? First, respect their boundaries. They value trust and loyalty above all else. Second, appreciate their practicality. Understand that their acts of service are their way of saying, I care. And finally, be patient. Emotional connection isn't their strength, but it's not impossible. Now let's flip the script. If you're an ISTJ watching this, you might be thinking, yeah, that sounds about right. Or maybe you're wondering, is this really me? Either way, here's a challenge for you. Try opening up just a little. Share a thought or a feeling with someone you trust. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's worth it. Connection, real, emotional connection, can bring depth and joy to your life in ways you've never imagined. All right, so what have we learned today? ISTJs may have a heart of ice, but it's not because they don't care. They care deeply. They just show it differently. They're the quiet protectors, the steady supporters, the ones who keep the ship afloat. And while their emotional walls can be intimidating, what lies behind them is worth discovering. If you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. Are you an ISTJ? Do you know one? How do you navigate those emotional walls? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. We've got plenty more MBTI deep dives coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.